Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. We will explain about managing and getting involved in business meeting. I'm Anantasya Salsabila Falevi. I will explain about introduction to meetings.
I'm Habib Abdul Hafiz. I will explain number 2.
I'm Revina Filia. I will explain about preparing for a meeting.
I'm Nabiha Ismamardia. I will explain about opening a meeting.
I am Amita Wulandari. I will explain about following the agenda.
And I am Mutiara Robi. I will explain about closing a meeting.
So, in the first part, we will explain about introduction to meetings. Understanding key English phrases and expressions used in meetings is essential for ensuring smooth and effective communication. A successful meeting should run without surprises and stay within the planned time. One of the most common complaints is that meetings tend to run too long, which can be costly for a company. To ensure efficiency, it is important to set clear goals, establish time limits, follow the agenda, and maintain focus throughout the discussion. These skills may feel simple in one's native language, but they can become more challenging when participants are not fluent in English. With proper preparation, meetings can become much more productive and organized. And this importance of understanding meeting-related English phrases. The goals is effective meetings with no surprise and set clear goals and time limits.
Meeting 2 vocabulary key terms: absent, accomplish, address. 2 adjourn, agenda, allocate. 3 ballot, boardroom, brainstorm, casting vote, chairperson, clarification. Closing remarks, collaborate, commercial, confidential, consensus, deadline. Designate, grievance, guest speaker. Employment, mandatory minutes. 6 motion, objective, opening remark. 7 participant, proxy vote, punctual, and lasting, show of hands strategy, unanimous vote, and wrap up.
Preparing for a meeting. First, calling a meeting. Announcement via email, notice board, or verbal message. And we have to include that location, time, duration, purpose, and participant. Don't forget to send reminders via email or notice. Second, writing an agenda. Determine order of topics and time allocation. Indicate who will have the floor and send the agenda before the meeting to encourage participation. And the last, allocating roles. Assign roles such as minute taker, roll call, or speaker, and done in person or through email.
And next, I will explain the 9 key steps for opening a meeting effectively. The first step is opening the meeting and thanking the participant. This is where the host greet everyone and show appreciations for their presence. For example, good afternoon everyone, thank you for being here. Next is small talk. This step is optional, but it helps create a relaxed atmosphere before the formal discussions begins. A simple questions like, how is everyone doing today, can make participants feel more comfortable. Third, this step is giving a warm welcome. This is a formal greeting to acknowledge everyone joining the meeting. For example, welcome everyone, I'm glad you could join. Next is introductions. This is used when there are new member or guest speaker. The host might say, before we start, let me introduce our guest. This ensures everyone knows who is involved. The fifth step is roll call or nothing apologize. Here, the host checks attendance and mentions anyone who is absent. For example, let's do a quick roll call. This helps record participants. The sixth step is clearly stating the purpose of the meeting. This reminds everyone why the meeting was called. Examples include, this meeting has been called to discuss, or our main focus today is. The seventh step is mentioning how long the meeting will take and what outcomes are expected. For example, this meeting will last about 30 minutes, or by the end of this meeting, I hope we can finalize blah blah blah. The eighth step is giving an overview of the agenda. This helps participants understand the flow of the meeting. For example, we have 3 main items on the agenda: first, second, and finally. And the last step is checking before officially starting the discussions. This allows participants to ask questions or clarify things. For example, any question before we begin, or if there are no questions, let's get started.
Next, I will explain about following the agenda. First, taking the minutes. Record key points, decision, action item, and voting result. Don't forget to keep notes clear, neutral, and concise. Second, watching the time. Ensures each topic stays within the time limit. Third, regaining focus. Bring the discussion back to the agenda when it goes off topic. Fourth, voting. Use open voting like show of hands or closing voting like ballot. And next, and finally, comment and feedbacks. Encourage polite, professional opinions. Use expression like I like to add blah blah blah, or I agree or disagree because blah blah blah.
Okay, I will about closing a meeting. Closing a meeting involves several important steps to ensure that everyone leaves with a clear understanding of the outcomes and next action. First, the chairperson wraps up the discussion by summarizing the main points and confirming the decision made during the meeting. This helps reinforce what has been agreed upon. Next, the leader gives any final reminders, such as tasks that must be complete or upcoming deadlines. After that, the chairperson expresses appreciation by thanking the participant for their time and contribution, and may also congratulate individual or teams for their achievement. Finally, the meeting is concluded with follow-up information, such as when the minutes will be available, what the next steps are, or when the next meeting will take place. Together, these elements ensure a professional and well-organized meeting closure.
That's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.